เหลือ1 นาทีนะคะ เดี๋ยวรอสัญญาณสักครู่ค่ะ Good morning, investors and corporates. Welcome to Digital Roadshow Year-End 2025 Performance Review. This session will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. During Q&A, investor may leave your questions in the meeting room chat box or open your microphones to ask the question to the company directly. May I now invite SCGJWD Logistics Public Company Limited to start the presentation, please.
Thank you. Greeting the investor and interested parties. Welcome to our digital roadshow for year-end 2025. So today, we will be presenting our performance for the fourth quarter and the whole year of 2025, as well as the plan that we look forward to for year 2026. Today we're gonna have our IR manager, Kun Waramon Nilawat, to presenting to you. And during the presentation, please feel free to leave the question in the chat so that we can answer all your questions that you may need to ask after the presentation have finished. So let me give the stage to Kun Waramon, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ekapong. So today I'll be walking you through our business updates, key performance highlights, and our outlook for 2026. Let's start from the company.
Okay, I think the signal has some issue. Let Kun Waramon solve the issue. Meanwhile, let me go ahead with the presentation for you today. So the company structure is still the same as we presented in the previous quarter. So please feel free to browse through the slides and see the structure of the company. And in terms of the business that we have, we still consisting of two core business. The first one being the logistic and supply chain, which contribute around 90% of our total revenue, and other business which contribute around 10%. And the performance highlight for the fourth quarter that we achieved, and we have just released the performance report about a couple weeks ago. The year end of 2025, we closed the year at 25.4 billion baht of revenue, which is quite in line with what we achieved in the year 2024. Similarly, if we consider just quarter four of year 2025, we closed the quarter with the revenue of 6.25 billion baht, which is also about the same as quarter four of last year. So, however, if we look at the net profit,
The 25 for the
เออ
โอเคเดี๋ยวผมพูดแทนเนาะ
ได้ค่ะ
ครับผม
The revenue 20
ต้องแจ้งมนก่อน
เดี๋ยวทางทีมโทรหาให้ค่ะ
Okay, let me continue. Sorry for the interruption of the signal. So, if you look on the other hand, the net profit of the company, we see that in quarter four, we have growth quite significantly in terms of the net profit. We achieved the net profit of 266.3 million baht, which is around 43.7% growth from last year. And if we look at the 12-month period, the net profit we achieved at 1.172 billion baht, which is also around 50.3% year-on-year growth comparing to last year if we not include the accounting item of the negative goodwill that we booked in year 2024. So the reason for the growth, the significant growth of the net profit came from the optimization of our operation and also from the reduction of the expense such as the SG&A and finance costs. As you may see, we achieved the SG&A reduction of around 5% from 2024, as well as we successfully maintained the level of finance costs to be about the same as 2024, despite the fact that we have issued the debenture of 4.2 billion baht around September 2024, which supposedly in 25 we should have a higher level of finance costs, but we able to manage the interest rate and all those finance cost items to be about the same level as 2024. So this is something that we are trying to do, and we still have more plans to optimize our operation to improve the gross profit margin as well as the profitability of the bottom line through the optimization of the SG&A and finance costs as well. So let me move through the presentation to the next slide, please. If we look at the Q4, specifically on the business side, we see that there are a number of business units that we run have achieved a healthy growth comparing to last year. For example, we can see that the OCs, the general warehouse, food and cold chain business, multimodal transportation, relocation, and self-storage and art space are all achieving a very healthy growth comparing to year 2024. And we still look forward positively into 2026, even though right now there are certain situations in terms of the geopolitics things that may have the impact on the operating costs and logistic operation globally. But in terms of Thailand and ASEAN, I think we still be able to manage through our diversification, both in terms of the service profile that we have, geographic location that we have, and also the customer base that we have. So anyway, we still need to be very careful on the situation of this year. But we would like to give you the confidence that based on our diversification and business profile, we should be able to manage through this difficult situation. And we still believe and maintain our budget growth of the bottom line this year, similar to what we achieved last year. In terms of the performance highlight, let's go through the slides. This year, please just go to the next slide, please. Yeah. If we look at the industry situation, we see that they are, I think, quite not so active in terms of the growth expectation of the commodity business. That includes the cement, construction material, the chemical business, all this kind of thing. You see that it is somehow keeping at the same level. So we will try to maintain this kind of revenue from this business. On the other hand, we will try to get more, transport share, which is the logistic portion from SCC Group to be using us as a logistic service provider in a more portion, because right now around 60%, 60% something of logistic requirement of SCC Group is using SCGJWD. We expect to increase this portion more and more. So even though the industry seems to be stalled, if we can get more of the share of transportation and logistic work from SCC, we should be able to grow the commodity business somehow in 2026. Next slide, please. The automotive business is also facing some challenge. We see that in 2025, the volume of the production as well as the import-export is less than 2024. However, our automotive logistic business unit still successfully achieved, I think, about the same level of profitability and revenue comparing to last year. And in 2026 is also another year that may be quite difficult for us because the government promotion on the EV car has ended. We need to penetrate more into some of the other market. For example, we are now having plans for the aftermarket auto parts, because right now many car sales, so the auto parts for aftermarket will be require more. We also now working with the manufacturer. The EV car production will be higher this year to compensate for their import quota, and we expect that we should be able to get more job from the manufacturing lines this year. So anyway, we still see there are opportunity for automotive, and we will look forward to penetrate more markets in 2026. And our budget for this year is still positive, and hopefully we will be able to grow a certain portion of revenue for automotive business unit in 2026. Okay, please go to next slide. Cold chain, on the other hand, is some business that we feel more comfortable and relaxed because it seems like it's growing continuously. And following the expansion of cold chain cold storage early last year, we've been filling in the space and growing the occupancy rate continuously. And into this year, 2026, we have achieved more than 80% of utilization already. So this year we still have no major plan for expansion, so we should be able to keep or maintain high level of occupancy rate throughout the year, which means that it will translate into higher gross profit margin, which is a significant growth from what we will see from last year, because last year is the year of filling in the occupancy. This year is the year of maintaining high occupancy level and gaining more profitability from cold chain. And the next business that we have is about the freight. We'll see that freight rate has been fluctuating the whole year last year, and that is somehow very difficult to predict the direction of the freight rate. However, right now it is quite clear because of the geopolitics problem in the Middle East. We see that the freight rate is increasing. So that may be good or not good for us and our customer, but for the freight business itself, we are trying to stabilize our performance and gross profit margin through what we call non-freight business, which is the digitalized service. We are now getting the license. We already got the license last year on the digital service, digital single window on the electronic documentation, custom clearance things from the authority, and we've been trying to promote this more to our customer to stabilize our profitability despite the fluctuation of the freight rate, which you see in the financial part that our gross profit margin has been somehow quite stable despite the fact that the revenue is decreasing because of the freight rate in the last year. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so coming to the business direction, we still insist on the plan to grow through the 5 pillars as shown on the screen. We would like to growth through the regional expansion, which is one of the first priority of SCGJWD now. We want to grow in ASEAN. And also we need to build more synergy in the group within the partners, and also getting more of the sales through the cross-sell and upsell activities. We are trying to build more of the core competency into the new market as well. And also the consumer market is the market that we are also emphasizing on. So we are trying to work more in terms of the consumer front of the logistics service, which we have a number of service on operation right now already. And we also not just keeping on doing what we are specialized in or expert in. We are trying to also looking for opportunity in new business that are related to our core operations, such as property development or digital development, something like that. And we also emphasize a lot on the ESG and sustainability. This is not just for the ESG for the sake of the ESG, but we are now actually trying to build a new service called green logistics to serve our customer, because many of the customers require the decarbonization. They are having the roadmap to carbon neutrality, to the net zero in the near future. So we're gonna need to serve them, because logistics is a scope 3 for most of our customers. So we need to help them to achieve their goal. And I think the green logistics will be the new S-curve product for SCGJWD in the near future. And also we are still working on the inorganic growth. The M&A is still in the pipeline, even though in year 25 we didn't do any M&A because of the situation, and also we cannot find proper target to invest. But in year 26 we still move forward with the M&A opportunities, and hopefully we could be able to close certain good deals during this year. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is the highlight for year 25. Good morning. If you are ready, I will give the stage to you now. Please.
Okay, Dr. Okay, let me continue for the highlight in year 2025. In year 2025, we made significant progress across several parts of our business. A key highlight was the expansion of our cold storage. We have opened 2 new facilities at Saratburi and Langsit, adding more than 42,000 pallets of the capacities. Also, our joint venture, SCG Nichile, also expanded its Nawanakorn Cold Storage Center. And in Malaysia, we established a joint venture, Swift Cold Chain, and with our strategic partner, Swift Haulage. And we form another joint venture, Luyun International Supply Chain Thailand, to support cross-border logistics, to handle temperature control and general cargo across Thailand, China, and ASEAN. In addition, we have with our customers. One of our key customers became Carrier, has begun using the new warehouse in Bangkadi, which was developed by Alpha. We started full operations around the 3rd quarter of last year, and phase 2 of the project is now in the pipeline. Overseas operation also delivered strong result, especially in Vietnam, where we secure several long-term contracts with major customers. At the same time, our freight through the digital service, including national single window and digital custom clearance, as mentioned earlier. 2025 is our focus on managing SG&A and finance costs, which has had a direct impact on our bottom line. As shown on the slide on the left-hand side, we were able to reduce SG&A by around 350 million
Okay, so I think the signal is not so good today, so really apologize for that. Let me continue for the presentation. Apart from the highlight that Khun Mon already mentioned about 2025, we've been doing quite a number of things, despite the fact that it's not an easy year. So many situations happen in Thailand. We still work our way through those kind of difficulties and achieve a good performance. And apart from the business side itself, we are also working on some other aspect of the operation, especially in terms of the ESG. We have achieved a number of recognizable awards, such as the SZ Award and some of the standardization certification during the year. So I think that somehow demonstrate our intention to develop the business, not just for profitability, but also for the social and environment. Please go to the next slide. Apart from that, I think it is a good time to also talk about what we look forward to in the year 2026. Next slide, please. So we look forward to a number of key developments in this year. I think following the success of many operations that we have started in 2025, we will pursue and grow more in terms of those operations. For example, in terms of the general warehouse, last year we've been working closely with the Bikrim carrier, and they have assigned us as a major logistics service provider for them. And we also have our Alpha, the joint venture company that we joint venture on the industrial development to build a new warehouse for Bikrim carrier. Last year, we've been delivered that to them, and we do the operation for them in that location. And with that success, Bikrim and Bayer Bikrim has signed another contract with us as a second phase of logistics service that we're going to develop more warehouse and operation for them in the nearby locations, which going to be started in the year 2026. The freight business also has been developing their digital service. As I mentioned, the non-freight business earlier. We've been signing the service agreement with a number of partners, especially the group of Triple I Logistics, which is our good friend, been working with us in terms of utilizing this digitalized service of SCGJWD, which will start in 2026 and will bring more of revenue and profitability to the business unit. Overseas and cross-border has also receiving a number of good development, especially our cooperation with Chinese partner. We've been signing MOU with the partner in China in terms of developing various industrial logistics, such as the automotive logistics, cold chain, as well as cross-border and multimodal transportation. Next slide, please. In terms of the cold storage, which is one of our main pillar of profit, we've been developing a lot in 2025, and into this year, we look forward to develop more both domestically and overseas. In domestic, we are looking forward to expand our cold chain warehouse into the existing regional distribution center location in Khon Kaen and Phitsanulok, which means that we already have a facility there. We just need to re-equip them with the cold chain equipment, which gonna use, I think, significantly less investment requirement and help us to expand our cold chain coverage into other regions apart from what we already have today. We also expanding the cold chain overseas, especially in Malaysia. We are now completing our first cold storage in Malaysia, in Shah Alam International Logistics Hub. I think the operation is gonna start in Q2, and we have planned for the next warehouse in Malaysia in Johor Bahru which gonna be, I think the construction will start within this year as well. So this is development that we look forward to in terms of expansion into overseas. So we're not just focusing on Thailand. As I mentioned, we look forward to develop more into ASEAN, and our one main pillar of growth will come from overseas. So that is something that I think quite interesting now, and the development is going on in Malaysia and other countries such as Indonesia, Philippines, and Vietnam also in our target of expansion as well. So please keep in touch, and we will update you about all the development in those countries in the next stage. We also successfully sell the assets of the warehouse from Alpha into the REIT December last year. And following that plan, Alpha have now the plan to further develop more warehouses in 2026. Please go to the next slide. In this year, Alpha will add more of 150,000 square meter of the development into their project. This is already confirmed with the customer. So I think these 4 projects will be happening within this year. In addition to what we already have, in 2025, we have already 10 projects accounted for more than 400,000 square meter of rental area. So combining all of these together, we will have more than 550,000 square meter of rental area if all the project has been complete. We also have the plan to sell a number of projects into the REIT again this year to recycle the financing and further develop Alpha. We have the target that we want to develop the total rental area for Alpha at 1 million square meter in the near future. So I think now everything is in place. We are in the good cycle with the REIT in place. We will be able to get more of the financing support and expand more, because I think despite the fact that there are some, I think, uncertainty in the economic situation, I think Thailand has been receiving a lot of interest in terms of the overseas investment into Thailand, foreign investment into Thailand, and industrial assets has been receiving a lot of demand. There are now a number of backlogs within Alpha that we still be able to work more for customer if we have the manpower and the bandwidth enough to serve them. So that is a positive thing. That is a positive problem that we need to solve. But I think we are in a good direction in terms of the industrial property development projects. Next slide, please. Okay, one of another development that we work a lot in 2026 is the optimization of the expense costs. As you may see, we've been improving continuously the gross profit margin since the time of merger in 2023 into today, already 3 years. The direct cost has been optimized. The gross profit margin has been growing continuously every year. And also, SG&A has been reduced significantly last year. If you look at the financial statement, you see around 350 million baht of SG&A has been cut from 2024. Also, finance cost optimization is something that we are giving a lot of priority into it. But as you may see, we have successfully maintained the level of finance costs comparing to year 2024. As I mentioned before, despite the fact that we have issued a debenture of 4.2 billion in September 2024, we still maintain the same level of finance costs in 2025. And latest development that we would like to announce very soon is that our board of directors has approved the company to join the Jump Plus program, the program of Stock Exchange of Thailand, to help the company to develop and to subsidize certain expense to us and help us to grow more and develop the Thai listed company to the next stage. We also, I think it's a good program, and we willingly join this program, and hopefully it will bring the development, a good development to the company. We will update you about the program and the development of the program gradually in every opportunities that we have. Next slide, please. Apart from that, okay, we still have the aim for decarbonization, aim for net zero by the year 2050. And I think the roadmap has been pursued. And in the next slide, you will see that in year 2025, we actually successfully doing the reduction of greenhouse gas emission. I think almost 3 times reduction comparing to year 2024. That is something that I think one of the things that we are proud of. And also we need to emphasize on this because it's not just for us, but we are planning to do it as a business. We are trying to do the green logistics service solution to customers. So decarbonization is the priority that we need to do. Okay, that's pretty much all of the business side that we would like to present to you. But before going to the Q&A session, if there are certain questions coming to the chat later, I'd like to briefly recap you about the financial performance for Q4 and year 2025. We closed the year with 25.4 billion baht of revenue and quarter 4 at 6.3 billion, which is about the same level as the same period of last year. However, you see that the profitability has improved, especially the net profit has been growing through the optimization of our direct costs, SG&A, as well as the finance costs. So see that the net core profit for Q4, we have closed the quarter at 266.3 million baht profit, comparing to 185.4 million baht of Q4 last year. We have experienced 43.7% growth. So that is something that is quite significant. And we believe that this new level of profitability has been stabilized through the optimization of cost and expense, as I mentioned before. And in this year, 2026, as I mentioned earlier, we're trying to further optimize these cost and expense items and also growing more business. Hopefully, we should be able to grow more in terms of profitability in this year in the same momentum as we achieved last year. Let me focus on certain important business units that you might be interested in. Let's skip to the slides on general warehouse. I think the next 2 slides, please. Yeah, another one. Yeah, this one. Thank you. The general warehouse has been growing. I think in the year 2025, they grow their revenue significantly, and at the same time maintain the gross profit margin at a good level. I think maybe some of the profitability may reduce a bit, but somehow maybe because we are adding new capacity into the warehousing general warehouse business unit, and certain period of time the occupancy rate dropped down before we filling in. But at the end of the year, we achieved the OR of almost 95%. So I think it is quite good. And when the logistics and the movement of goods is difficult, it is always the trend that more of the inventory will come to the warehouse. So right now, I think we foreseen some of the additional volume of inventory will come to the warehouse. So we need to prepare for that to serve more for the customer, because of logistic movement is not so convenient right now. So at the terminal, I think there's gonna be more of the containers stuck in the terminal or waiting for the shipment. More of the goods will be stored into the warehouse, which is beneficial for our part in terms of the warehouse business unit. So we see also dangerous goods terminal in year 25. The number of throughput is growing. This is somehow due to the shifting of logistic strategy due to the geopolitics issue last year about the reciprocal tariff, the U.S. policy that have I think bringing more of the throughput through Lam Chabang port in year 25, and that also we receive being the same higher throughput through our terminal as well, and you see we growing the revenue higher compared to last year. Next slide, please. Automotive business is not easy because of the declining of the production volume. However, we still maintain, I think, the profitability the whole year. We still maintain about roughly the same level of revenue compared to year 24, and we still maintain a good level of gross profit margin. This year will be a challenging year for automotive, but still we look forward to new markets like the aftermarket auto parts, like the finished car manufacturer in Thailand, preparing to sell and export to other countries. We are trying to work with those customers more in this year because it is for sure that for year 26, the import volume of the car, especially the EV, will be less, but the volume of production will be increasing. So we need to shift our focus to some other new market, which we already work closely with many of the customers here in Thailand. So hopefully we'll be able to get a good performance from the automotive in this year, similarly to what we achieved 2-3 years ago. Cold storage is growing. The expansion of the new storage early last year has paid off. Right now, we are growing the occupancy to, on average, in Q4 is at 74.5%. Currently, it is more than 80%. So we see the growing of revenue. We see the growing of gross profit margin. So it is a lot of positive side that we look forward to in cold storage into this year. Okay, please go to the next slide. Next 2 slides, please. There. Another one. Yeah, this one is about the transportation. We see that the B2B, which is the line haul, the major transportation service for the group and the major customers, and also the D2C transportation, the one for the consumer. D2C came from the term direct to consumer transportation. You see that both of these business, I think the revenue remain roughly the same level. But what we need to do, because there are difficulties in growing the revenue from this part because of the economic situation and all those kind of things, we work internally to optimize our operation. And you see that the gross profit margin has been growing continuously in the last, I think, many quarters. And also comparing year 24 to year 25, we've been growing the gross profit margin. And I think there are still some room for us to optimize further in terms of the cost, the direct cost of operation for these 2 business units. And hopefully we will be able to bump up more in terms of the gross profit margin for them in this year. Okay, next slide, please. The cross-border is difficult because of the border dispute we have with our neighbor country, but we still able to, I think, maintain a good level of revenue from other route, and at the same time optimize more in terms of gross profits. The multimodal transportation, on the other hand, received more jobs last year. The barge operation has been very successful. We're growing the revenue significantly, also with the gross profit margin. This year, we think we should be able to maintain the level of this barge operation, and hopefully we can get more of the job for the multimodal transportation. We have certain plans to increase our own fleet barge to help us to boost up more of the profitability. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is about the other logistics service, which I think does not contribute much in terms of the total revenue, but it has a good development. Both the relocation, the self-storage and our space has been growing significantly in terms of the revenue. Next slide, please. The document storage business is also growing in terms of the number of document or contents that store in our warehouse, but we also facing some kind of the price war situation here, so the revenue seem to stall. Profitability seem to drop a bit. We are looking forward to adding more of the high value added service into the document storage business unit in order to help them to go further in terms of profitability, despite the fact that the physical storage itself is in the price war situation. Logistic infrastructure also doing quite well. In year 25, it's growing a lot in terms of the revenue. We have successfully secured the deal with new feeder lines to coming to use our terminal. As you may see, the result has been improving, and we hope that in year 26 it will be also performing quite well as in year 25. Okay, next slide. The freight business, as I mentioned before, the freight rate has been very fluctuating, and the revenue has been dropping in the later parts of last year due to the freight rate. But we still maintain our gross profit margin at about the same level. This is because we trying to introduce more of the digitalized service, the national single window service, the electronic document custom clearance service to customers. And we are trying to increase more portion of this non-freight to our customer this year. Hopefully, it will help us to boost up more of the profitability. And with the freight rate index rising right now, we still need to see what's going to happen with the freight business unit. Definitely, it is good in terms of the revenue size because the freight rate is increasing, but we still need to consider whether how much impact will occur to the volume of freight that will be shipping globally. So we need to still somehow wait and see. And I think we should not try to rely on that too much. We, on the other hand, would like to work more on the non-freight business and build more stabilized income and profitability to this business unit. Okay, next slide. Overseas has been developed a lot. You see revenue growth significantly. One significant part contributes from Vietnam, and we still look forward to grow more into overseas. Profitability has been good. It's been growing, and the overseas is not just the consolidated revenue as shown on this slide. On the next slide, we also have the equity income, because a lot of investment that we do into other countries are through affiliates, not the wholly owned subsidiary or the subsidiary of the company. So the equity income also reflects a lot about our overseas operation as well as Thailand operation in affiliates. See that the equity income that we recognize in Q4 last year 2025 is 131.2 million baht, which is I think a good number. If you consider the number we achieved in Q3 or in Q4 last year, this is a healthy growth, and we look forward to maintain the average level of equity income that we have to growing from last year because of the development in many countries such as in Vietnam, in Indonesia, as well as in Thailand. So we foresee that there will be some improvement from equity income, which will further reinforce our profitability in the bottom line. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, so The operating expense and finance costs we already talked about, so let me skip to the net profit to conclude the presentation. You see that the net profit we achieved a very healthy growth comparing to last year, especially if we not include the negative goodwill item in year 2024. We achieved more than 50% growth in terms of net profit, and we believe that based on the plan that I already mentioned to you, I think we should be able to grow more into 2026, but we would not be overconfident because the situation is changing all the time. The geopolitical situation is something that needs to be monitored closely now, but somehow based on our strength in diversification, I think we should be able to manage our business through this difficult situation and grow the business further for years to come. So I think the time says up. I think, do we have any question in the chat box? I think no question. Okay, so if you have any further question following this presentation, you can always contact us through the IR channel. You can access our website. We have Facebook, we have IG, we have the TikTok channel of the company, and also please feel free to send an email, drop the email, or even contact us by phone according to the contact on the screen right now. We'll be happy to provide you with all the information you may require in order to understand us more. And we work very hard to develop our business despite the difficulty in economic situation and geopolitical situation right now. We believe that SCGJWD will be able to grow the business as planned. Please keep in touch, and hopefully we will meet you again in our next presentation. Thank you, Kap.
On behalf of the Stock Exchange of Thailand, we would like to thank you very much, investor and corporate, for joining the conference. Thank you very much once again, and have a good day ค่ะ ขอบ
Thank
คุณ
you,
ค่ะ
Kap. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ